happen around Petco Park. Just a treat to be here, watching baseball in person, first of all, in this pandemic, but also to be in this setting at Petco Park in San Diego, hosted the All-Star Game in 2016. This beautiful place opened in 2004, and they've been great hosts. Not only for the ALDS, it'll be the home of the American League Championship Series as well. We'll have it right here on TBS. Popped him up in the infield. And the 9 first inning for both starting pitchers. 10-pitch first inning for Charlie Morton, retires the side in order. Off and running in Game 3. Rays coming up.
Jesse Cofield here. This MLB postseason game is in full swing, but it's not too late to cash in on it. Just download the DraftKings app, sign up with the promo code, and navigate to the pools page to join the $10,000 free-to-play late inning pool. Then predict whether you think there will be home runs, double plays, and more. Your time is running out. Enter the free pool before the start of the 7th. Play free for a share of $10,000 and make it rain.
No, Remo, for all these years, it's the things that got away that haunt me the most. Because you're not like everybody else. That's why Liberty Mutual customizes your car insurance. So you only pay for what you need. What? Oh, I said, this is my work. No! Only pay for what you need. Liberty, 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 Liberty.
How can I help you?
I'll take it number 99.
Aaron's way.
Good call, sir.
What's Aaron's way? It's when you had a Pepsi Lay's for $2.99. That's what I like.
I get mine 10 way. Having Lay's and Pepsi for $2.99.
Isn't that the same thing?
Is it?
Yeah.
Is it?
Yes. It is.
Technically, anyone can add Pepsi Lay's to their stuff for $2.99, so really it's everyone's way.
Cool. Friends now?
Yeah.
That's right. That's a yes. After 80 years, we've made it the longest lasting. But only you can make a moment last forever. We make it so you can go anywhere and do anything. But only you can chase freedom. Because the truth is, we don't make you. You do. Get 0% financing for $72, plus no monthly payments for 90 days on select 2020 Jeep Grand Cherokee models.
No score. We are underway as we head to the second inning, Game 3. Well, we've never done October like this before, and that means anything can happen. MLB has you covered on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and YouTube. Second inning, pitchers off to very good starts. Tanaka 15 pitches. 10 of those were strikes. He had a couple of Ks to start the game as he faces Yoshi Tsutsugo, getting the start as the designated hitter. First time the DH is not in leadoff for the Rays. And one of the 7 lefties in the starting lineup for Tampa Bay against Tanaka. 0-2 the count.
Right, he sees 4.5 pitches per plate appearance. That's the most in the major leagues.
A couple of Nippon Professional Baseball League legends going at it here in Japan. Tanaka played for Rakuten in the Pacific League. Tsutsugo was a star home run hitter for Yokohama in the Central League, so they were in opposite leagues. Didn't really run across each other much. Tanaka's last year in Japan was one of the greatest baseball seasons ever published. That was 2013 when he was 24-0. And Yokohama really got his career going in 2012 when he started playing every day. He was in the league in 2010. So, but I'm sure a lot of honor here with these two and a lot of coverage back in Japan with these two matching up against one another. And Tsutsugo thrilled to be in the starting lineup here tonight. saw him in a pinch hit role last night. 2-2 the count. And off the end of the bat, into center field. He's got a long way to go, and he'll run it down. Aaron Hicks, excellent defensive outfielder. Both of these teams possess great defenders in center field with Hicks and Kiermaier. One away for Tanaka in the second.
Well, with the power of Tsutsugo, he was playing very deep, Aaron Hicks, so it had a long way to come, but great speed for a big athlete. See Tanaka standing in the back of the mound, now he goes back to the mound. He gave Hicks a little extra time there after that sprint in to catch his breath.
Situational awareness is off the charts for Tanaka. Talked about Joey Wendell bounces on the first pitch. Wendell's got it going right now. He is really swinging the bat well. He's now hit in 11 of his last 13 games. And he's hitting near 450 in that stretch with a couple of homers. A hot bat.
So the two hardest hit balls, the ball that Troy hit, that Judge made a fine play, was on the first pitch, a fastball, and the same here with Wendell. First pitch, fastball hitting for both hitters.
It'll be very interesting when this is all said and done to see how the left-handed hitters fare against Tanaka, who was so good against lefties this year. One of the two right-handed batters, and Adames first ball swinging, and the Rays shortstop for the base hit. Back-to-back ambush job by the Rays. Wendell and Adames 2 on with 1 away.
Well, if you're sitting on the bench and you're watching these two pitchers pitch, Morton through the first and here Tanaka in the second, both veterans are throwing a lot of strikes, trying to get ahead of the hitters, and that was just a hanging helicopter in the middle of the plate to Adames.
Left-handers this year hit just 188, but right-handers against Tanaka this season in the regular year, which belongs as an asterisk because it was such a short season. But right-handers hit 330 against Tanaka. The Rays buck those trends, going to look more back into his career, in particular their personnel. Kevin Kiermaier now with 2 on and 1 away.
Kiermaier has 12 career hits off Tanaka and hit 3 out of his last 4. Those 3 hits were a double, a triple, and a home run. So Tampa Bay only 1 for 6 in this series with runners in scoring position.
Tanaka faced the Rays 3 times this season. A good one, a bad one, and a so-so one would be how you describe those. His 4th start of the year, Kiermaier fouls that one away. One thing Tanaka is doing early going here, Ronnie, he is getting ahead often. 8 batters faced, 8 first pitch strikes.
And I think that's why you saw both Adames and Wendell a little more aggressive on that first pitch. You don't want to get behind because that's a good finger can put you away.
Now Tanaka has Kiermaier 0-2. Kiermaier is an extreme ground ball hitter. He probably call himself a line drive hitter, but more often than not, his hard hit balls are on the ground. Tanaka would love to get a ground ball here. Those are the career numbers against Tanaka. Kiermaier's elevated a couple with 2 home runs in his career.
The way the baseball's played defensively now, you don't want to be known as a ground ball hitter.
Oh, exactly. No shift off to Kiermaier. The Yankees in a double play position. The shortstop Torres covering the bag as best he can with Wendell out there. 2 on, 1 out, and that one missed. 2-2 the count. And just to back up the numbers, the ground ball to second base, the most frequent result at 41% of the batted balls in the infield. But a full hitter on the infield on the ground. Ready for a 2-2. And a wave and a miss. Tanaka had him fooled. Kiermaier strikes out for out number 2 of this second inning. Nasty pitch.
Well, Kiermaier was able to take a couple that were down the split finger, but now the slider rolled over by Tanaka, perfectly placed down at the bottom of the strike zone. Or out of the strike zone.
Tanaka gets the chase. That's his third strikeout. 2 men are gone, still 2 men on. And now the catcher, Michael Perez, for his first start of this series. He got some playing time last night. Having that bad last night as well. His first action in this DS was rewarded with a start. I think the theme for Kevin Cash, as we talked to him today, he said, we got to get some guys plugged in. Tsutsugo, got to get Perez in the game. Austin Meadows needs to start defensively, even though he's been the DH once. I think he's understanding that if the Rays are going to go where they want to go this postseason, they're going to have all of their pieces.
Yeah, all 28 guys are going to have to contribute, and they've been doing it all year. Why change now?
Maximizing the roster. Kind of a foul by Perez. Playoff rosters used to be 25 men, now 28 men this year because of the pandemic, because of the shortened season. Let's give the Rays a lot of options. They are at their best in that scenario. They have a lot of platoon scenarios. Scoring opportunity here in the second inning, but 2 outs now. And a pickoff play, Wendell back easily.
Tanaka is a very good fielding pitcher. He knows how to keep runners close. That wasn't for really to pick off Wendell. It was just to keep him close. In case Perez was supposed to get a base hit, give his outfielders a better chance.
Here comes 1-1. Crowded. 2 balls and a strike on Michael Perez. Traded from the Diamondbacks to the Tampa Bay Rays. He's now in his 3rd year as a Ray. The Rays won a lot of games this year, but they won a lot with Perez in his starts. They were 20-7. Half their wins came when Michael Perez starts behind the plate. Splits that time with Mike Zunino, who's already popped a couple of home runs. Zunino could probably use a day off. Talk about all these pitchers who need a day off. Zunino has been carrying the load here defensively. He's been blocking a lot of pitches. Took a foul ball off the shoulder last night.
A real pig pen these last 2 days, right?
Trying to catch Blake Snell and Tyler Glasnow. 2-1 in the dirt. Good block back there by Higashioka. Much more agile catcher, excellent defender is Higashioka compared to Gary Sanchez.
Spin of the ball helped him there. See, as soon as it hit the ground, it darted to his left, which came right into the middle of his body. You would think Perez has to see a pitch to hit here. He does not want to walk in, have the bases loaded for Austin Meadows. He will see a pitch to hit.
Meadows, a power bat who homered last night. He's due next. Hitters count 3 balls and a strike with 2 men on, 2 outs in the inning. Hank takes a strike right on the edge. Perfectly placed if you're Tanaka. Meadows, an all-star last year, connected for his first postseason home run last night.
That's what makes Tanaka so tough. I would think he would have given in there and maybe thrown a fastball away instead of a picture-perfect backdoor slider.
Now the count is full. Runners will get a head start with outs. There they go, and a swing, a liner that is home for the glove of LeMahieu in the right field. In the score is Wendell. On his way to third, and in there easily is Adames. It's an RBI single for Michael Perez, and the Rays strike first here in Game 3. Now he's the tallest second baseman going, and if you hit one over his head, you've done it.
Well, Tanaka threw the same pitch, and we talked about it before. I wonder if the shadows played a part in this because it didn't seem like LeMahieu had the best timing on that, and the Gold Glover usually comes up with that play, but it was awfully tough play.
see the sun in his face, and his eyes were closed as he's staring right into that sun. Good call. It's an RBI single for the Rays catcher, a 2-out, 2-strike RBI hit. And now back to the top of the order in Austin Meadows. Meadows on the first pitch, late on it, fouls it away.
Just didn't get up to this apex leap as that ball just brushed against the leather. Good try. It is 26 and 6, which is Major League's best when scoring first.
20th pitch of the inning is coming for Tanaka. Meadows a chance to do some damage with 2 outs here. And a swing and a miss. Chase the high fastball. That's been the Rays formula, right? Get ahead. And if you can take a lead into this very talented bullpen, they're almost unbeatable. They are unbeatable when they lead after 7 innings. Charlie Morton hardly breaking a sweat in his first inning. A 10-pitch, 7-strike first inning. We're tied inside in order.
Interesting, Yoshioka came out to give the signs to his infielders to let them know what they're going to do in case Tampa Bay tries to run one of those little plays where the guy gets caught up first. I certainly don't think they're going to do that with Meadows hitting.
Tanaka's got him at an 0-2 count, and he strikes him out to end the inning. So the Rays strand a pair, but they score first. The 9th place hitter and the catcher, Michael Perez, delivers the first RBI of the game.
This right here, this is that new Powerade Power Water. That right there, we about to dunk so hard, your ancestors will feel. This is my team getting so hot, the rock becomes a fiery ball of greatness. This is my squad bringing so many things. Meteorology football is bucket. And this is me just getting started. Powerade Power Water. More power from me.
Smooth driving pays off. With Allstate, the safer you drive, the more you save. You've never been in better hands. Allstate. Quicker call for a quote today.
Introducing Wendy's new pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Nothing will distract you from the pretzel bun and beer cheese. Not even all the comments on the Vicky posting of your pretzel bacon pub cheeseburger. Download the app to order ahead and get Wendy's rewards. When it comes to buying a home, they say cash is king. But you're a queen, and that's just as powerful. You're armed with a verified approval from Rocket Money. Sellers know your offer is good, so your bid has the strength to compete with cash offers. Now grab your crown and rule. The castle is yours. So when you need an edge in the big one, Rocket can.
Big job or small, you make sure things get done right.